It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, pretty much every single person, not just in crypto, but largely on the entire planet, has thought at least once in their lives, man, I wish I put more money into Bitcoin when it was at a smaller price. I wish I had put my whole life savings in, or this much in, or that much in. And while so many of us were thinking that exact thing, the truth is that other opportunities were sitting right there, where if we had just decided to put a small amount of our money into it, it would have become $1 million. And multiple of us, including myself, have caught some of those insane moonshots early. And you can make sure to get an advantage by subscribing here on YouTube to Final Stand. But if you're wondering how much did it take this year to become a millionaire from just investing in one cryptocurrency, the answer is actually pretty dang shocking. That goes to Shiba Inu coin, which turned only $15 into over $1 million in the course of a single year. And the truth is, with the gas fees included, you would actually have to end up spending more than that. But mathematically speaking, that size investment turned into $1 million should be impossible. I mean, no other investment anywhere else on the planet has ever done anything like that before. But it doesn't just end there. There wasn't just one cryptocurrency that turned a small amount into over $1 million. There were dozens this year that turned just a few thousand into over $1 million. Incredible gains, the likes of which most people didn't even think were possible. So as you're sitting there thinking, man, I wish I caught that Bitcoin wave, there were other cryptocurrencies that at that exact point in time, if you just put a little bit of money in, you'd be a millionaire right now. But that's not where it ends, because right now, as you're thinking, man, I wish I'd put more money into Shiba Inu coin, man, I wish I'd put more money into this or that or this, there are other opportunities of similar stature currently waiting in the bushes where you can put a little bit of money in now, a few thousand, and it will grow to over $1 million. So do not have the same mindset of trying to catch some waves that already went through. The real investments of the future are about taking some big risks where you know you can lose your money, but hopefully having that pay off massively long term. And a lot of those are going to be small market cap coins. Then when it comes to the top coins, it's good to have diversity. You want to be having some of your cryptocurrency portfolio in higher market cap coins that have a little bit more safety, and then some of your crypto portfolio you want to be putting into smaller ones, especially if you know how to use Coinbase Wallet or MetaMask and actually get things using Ethereum to swap for, like we do often on our Patreon, which has actually produced multiple of those insane gain type picks over this time. So that's why it's just exciting. The whole idea of cryptocurrency changing your life is something that continues to happen, and it's nowhere near done yet. There are so many huge opportunities that are waiting to happen here, as we have a few more updates right now for Shiba Inu coin and Dogecoin as well. Make sure you go down there, press the like button one time. It really will help this video get out to as many people as possible. That's of course what we want to do. As we have Juan coming in with the chat, my wife and I have been continuously buying crypto all of 2021. We're ready for the moon. Give my wife Vanessa a shout out. Shout out to you, Vanessa. The moon is definitely not far away for a number of cryptos. There are some that I am definitely more skeptical of, especially those with higher market caps. And part of the reason for that is because we are starting to see some weird things happen with the price. Now, one example of a coin that is definitely facing a lot of criticism right now is Tking Inu. Tking Inu has been advertising like this: missed Doge, get in on Floki. Basically trying to insult Doge, saying that's over, when Dogecoin is nowhere near over. Dogecoin has definitely the brightest future of all of the catalysts when it comes to the top cryptos right now, and that's really hard to argue against. Yet people like this are trying to use the name of Dogecoin in a negative way to try to get attention for themselves. And by the way, since Floki has been running this ad, here's what has happened to their crypto. It has fallen massively. Tking Inu was all the way up there at around 35 or so. Now it's all the way down to around 20 or so. So a huge fall from Tking Inu since they started doing those advertisements. Has it been working? No, it has not. When you start to have some negativity towards other cryptos, that's when people are going to be turned off by your crypto as well. And now, even though I disagree with the idea of the UK government actually stopping advertisements of crypto, I do think this was in bad taste for them to do this. And there's a lot of opportunities in the market without having to cut down other cryptos like that, especially if it's in a false way. But where does that end goal lead to? Well, there's actually not just a small amount of people, but a decent amount of people who meet in New York City, dozens of people who are all between the ages of 20 and 40, in the young age range, which a lot of us are, and they meet every single week in New York City because they're all cryptocurrency millionaires. This is pretty dang cool, and I have to give a shout out to this group here. If you live in New York City, which I personally don't, you may want to go attend this. You can see just ordinary people who have become millionaires from crypto and now have a fun group that they can go to and enjoy time with each other. That's just the beginning. This is going to start happening all across the country. Clubs are forming of people who are cryptocurrency millionaires who want to come together and exchange business cards, do cool things. Cryptocurrency is basically a launching platform for a lot of people into doing better business things and into taking that into the next level in terms of your business career and what you're doing. So a lot of exciting stuff is around the corner for people who do play the cards right on crypto. Why is Robinhood holding Doge hostage? Exactly. That's really the biggest problem here, because what's been happening lately, right? We've been seeing some movement with Dogecoin, but it hasn't been what we've wanted. And why? Because Robinhood is currently holding Dogecoin back by not releasing the wallets faster. And there is some amount of argument that can be made to the longer you wait, the more momentum and energy will build, so the bigger the spike will be. And yes, that argument can be won, but nonetheless, we want to see Robinhood going ahead and moving forward with the wallets. They're already starting to work. We have confirmation that the beta program is so far to this point as successful as it needs to be for those next steps to happen. So don't wait until 2022, Robinhood. Go ahead and do it. Ideally, if you are going to wait till 2022, do it January 1st. If you're not going to have to wait to that long, which hopefully is the case, then definitely do it in December. That's what we're looking for here. I mean, maybe there's also them wanting to wait until after Christmas before they launch it. So if that's the case, all right, we can understand that. Either you do it toward the beginning of December or you do it toward the beginning of January. Those are really the two opportunities there to launch. But if you're going to wait longer than that, you're going to make a lot of people upset, and a lot of people are just going to leave your platform, Robinhood. They're going to move their Dogecoin and other cryptocurrencies to other platforms that do not stop the spike in the first place anyway. We've already given you a second chance when it comes to stopping the spike. You didn't stop the last Dogecoin spike, so props to you for that. My hat's off, but that still is an area where a lot of people are upset from the past, where you did stop a couple of those spikes, and people aren't going to just forget that, but it will go a long way toward making people way happier with Robinhood if they are moving fast on these wallets and doing the right thing when it comes to that, as we have seen the price of Dogecoin continuing to stay in this funnel that we've been watching and monitoring. You can see higher lows each and every single low with Dogecoin, a steady upward trajectory that will eventually most likely lead, and when I say most likely, extremely likely, to this next major breakout we're going to see for Dogecoin. And it's not going to be an all of crypto breakout. It's going to be a Doge specific breakout. Yes, we can see Bitcoin doing well, but the truth is I'm up a lot on Bitcoin. A lot of us are up a lot on Bitcoin. So I don't think there's anything wrong if you're up a lot on Bitcoin, on other top cryptos, to take some of that money out, diversify your portfolio into other investments, like if you want to be putting it into a couple stocks, a couple of real estate things, maybe putting some of that into Dogecoin. I'm definitely going to be putting a percentage of the money I make from selling a percentage of my Bitcoin into Dogecoin and into a couple other cryptos I like, including the most recent Patreon pick. But that said, there's still going to be a lot of people who are deciding primarily to not invest in Dogecoin. And I think we all know in this community, they're most likely making a mistake by not at least holding a decent amount. Diversity is one thing, but if your portfolio has no Dogecoin in it, then you're probably going to be missing out on that next major spike, as this is what the market has done in the last 24 hours. We've seen Bitcoin going and staying around the same. It's at 59,000 right now, so it's up a little bit overall compared to where it was before. And Shiba Inu coin down 4%, down 14% on the week, so a pretty dang big fall for it. And with Shiba Inu coin, there really is a lot of an uphill battle here. I really like the SHIB community. I think they have a lot of cool people in it. However, they really may need to have some new devs coming on board, because some of the moves that the dev team has been making is, well, it's just disappointing. I don't think they should do that. One of the moves that they made, in fact, was this. They decided to make one of their coins that goes with it, which is called Leash. They made the name of that Doge Killer, which just turns people off. It makes people not want to invest in your coin as much. And so that's a big move that the dev team didn't even have to do. Everyone in the Shiba Inu coin community is obviously, hopefully, upset that the dev team isn't doing everything they can to try to reach out and get new people on board, because if if their wallets are not growing for Shiba Inu coin, then the price is not going to be either. In fact, the price could fall a lot if the dev team does not get their act together. So I'm actually, for the sake of the community, hoping it happens. And we did see as well, when Shiba Inu coin got a lot of momentum, then Dogecoin did right after. This time it could be the case that Dogecoin, once it gets momentum, maybe SHIB can capitalize on some of that, but only if the dev team is doing the right stuff here and actually making moves that help move cryptocurrency forward. Just developing tokens that work with Shiba Inu coin is not enough. You need to be going a step beyond that to develop some cool dApps, use the money that you've made as a community to be doing other stuff instead of having on your website after you just became multi-millionaires. I mean, some of these people, probably billionaires, instead of having a donate button to you, the developers, on your website, why not do a donate button to be burned? Why not take that entire holding to the next level? And I think that's really the way it definitely should be. So once they can improve their strategy more, I think that's really when they have an opportunity to take off. If they don't though, then they will crash very, very, very hard and go back down to a much lower level. So it's really entirely based on some moves that are made now as to what happens next there. Look at that, we already got way more viewers in the live. See, it's as easy as that. A couple presses of the like, and boom, we're back in business. John says 20k Doge here as well. And Eurasium says SHIB Army and Dogecoin will go together to the moon. I think most people in the communities like each other and agree with that. Really, it's a lot of the people in positions at the top there that are causing some of the animosity and making some of the bad decisions. I don't think most people in the Shiba Inu coin community would want them to be making these decisions, and yet they're doing it anyway, against the will of their community, the exact opposite way of how you're supposed to grow crypto. So they need to definitely be making some steps, in my opinion, if they do want to be taking that next leg up, to change that and get better on it. But a lot of these dudes may have just said, all right, I made $100 million or however much, I'm out of here. And so maybe they're not going to work on the project as much anymore. We haven't been getting as many updates as we thought we would from the Shiba Inu coin team so far, but we still have seen some interesting stuff from it. Like, for example, Bloomberg did this. You can become a Shiba Inu coin millionaire with $50 because it does have so many decimal points with the zeros before you actually get to the numbers on Shiba Inu coin. And so that's one of the smart things they did to start off with, but they need to continue some of that smart stuff for the next levels here. And we are also seeing former coal power plants in Seneca Lake being used for mining cryptocurrency. This is pretty dang cool. Now, a lot of people are going to think, oh no, well, if we're doing this, isn't that even worse? You're using a power plant for cryptocurrency. Actually, though, what people don't really realize is that there's multiple different types of coal. Some of them, when you burn them, are really bad for air quality, and other types of coal are less bad and actually are better for air quality than some of the other types of energy that can be generated. So they're using the cleaner type of coal here, which I think is definitely an advantage to crypto, because it is going to mean less people are using the dirty type. And a lot of that is actually happening in other countries, not the United States. China has a huge reliance on the type of coal that is worse for the air, which is why they've had so many air quality issues there. And in China, them banning crypto is largely because of those environmental issues. That's one of the reasons why they're saying no to it. And unless they were able to switch over to more cleaner types of energy for the air quality, then it was going to be more of an issue. And this is overall a positive thing, I think, for crypto to have more of that mining moving away from China, because then China has less control over the market. And what we know from the years is that China is going to continue to do negative things towards it. Now, China could just say, okay, you're only allowed to mine under these certain rules, but no, they want to go a step above that and take away the freedom to use crypto. They want to take away the ability to talk about it on social media, which is all the type of thing that we do not want to see anywhere else in the world. Whatever country you're in, if you're in the US, you don't want to see that. None of us do. We like freedom. We like being able to talk about what we want and use what we want and do what we want. And some regulations that make overall life quality better are okay, but do not overstep those boundaries is, I think, the general sentiment amongst that. As we do have, oh yeah, that's definitely true. Ash says, smash that like that comment coming in. Don't forget about Doge 1 satellite launch. Oh no, we're not going to forget about Doge 1 satellite launch, which is going to be in the next year. Think about this. What does Shiba Inu coin have as catalyst in the future? Well, there's two things: the community and the dev team. What they can do. So if the dev team is not doing a good enough job, then it's sort of entirely reliant on the community. And can the community actually pull their weight enough to make it go up? well, it's really difficult to do if you don't have a dev team that's doing the right steps and being on your side. With Dogecoin, it's a little bit different. They have the same type of we have the same type of really strong community when it comes to energy and things like that and talking about it. However, there's that next leg up of also Elon Musk doing a lot of really cool things with Doge 1, and Elon Musk doing a lot of really cool things when it comes to the rocket launches and what he's doing putting it on the moon, making it the currency of Mars. So with all of that, those are huge energy, big catalyst type events, and then you combine that with the fact that Shiba Inu coin already has built into the price wallets, which most people are using for Shiba Inu coin because you have to, at least you did it first, you had to buy using a wallet, and so that's why a lot of people started there. It's more spread out. With Dogecoin, a lot of people holding it are still on Robinhood and still do not have that knowledge or ability to really go and expand their crypto portfolios into more things using wallets, which is something I'm trying to personally have a big changeover. I think all of us should be doing that because some of the best opportunities in crypto right now where you can make a lot of money, and then if you want to take a lot of those profits and put them in Dogecoin, are of course right now in the smaller market that's largely on MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet through Uniswap. So you do actually have to have a little bit more technical skill from that. I would encourage anyone who has not before, take the time, learn how to do that, and then you can come if you need a little bit more guidance. If you would like to be part of the community, you can join the Patreon as well, which there's a link right down there in the description. I'll also put it in the pinned comment a lot of times on the videos, so you can check it out. You can join if you would like to. We keep it very affordable so that everyone can join. Basically, we don't want to be having a group where only you have to have this much to join. Everyone should be allowed to be a part of this at a very, very low cost. And we do want to make sure there's some barrier to entry though, because then the group will grow way too big. If the group grows too big, then we're not going to really have an advantage because the group will be massive. So we have to make sure we are keeping it more tight knit than that. The other coin that the Shiba Inu coin dev team is working on is one called Bone ShibaSwap, and I think this one is just a waste of time, really. Bone ShibaSwap, it has a $15 million approximately market cap right now. I don't think they should be putting work into this. They should be putting work into primarily just Shiba Inu coin. That said though, this is the type of coin where it has that small of a market cap. It has some ties to a successful coin. This is, I think, a better opportunity actually right now than Shiba Inu coin itself, just simply because of the tiny market cap. You aren't going to be as likely to lose money. Even though I think it's silly, they shouldn't put any time into it because it's not going to be as beneficial overall for Shiba Inu coin. For you specifically as an investor, it does look a little bit more appealing because of that higher upside if we are going to see another wave of Shiba Inu. If not, then I really wouldn't even look twice at this. Personally, I'm not going to be investing in it. The only chance I would invest in it is if it fell right around to 150. That's really where I'll be looking at putting a little bit of money in. I would do it at that point. Right now at this price, no, I don't think that's the way to go. It's too high, even with that small market cap, to be worth it, considering the fact that not a lot of attention is going into it, and it really is just a type of luck moonshot investment that most people aren't going to want to make at this current point in time, as we have seen a lot of energy going into this though. I mean, it really is insane what's happened over this period of time with Dogecoin. And we also have Fox News is now trying to teach people who are on the older side about cryptocurrency. And it's funny to watch this because for those of us who have been in crypto for a while, we know all these terms: blockchain, fiat, you know this stuff, altcoin, exchange, wallets, and mining, DeFi, NFT, mint, HODL. All of this is familiar to anyone who's been in crypto, but if you're new to it, especially if you're on the older side, you're not as familiar with technology or the way people are doing things with cryptocurrency, this is useful. It's helpful. I think a lot of us have to remember that. We have to make sure we're using education as a primary tool if we do want more people joining the cryptocurrency community and we do want it growing larger. So I like this article. I think it's an overall positive thing, even though it's easy to kind of make fun of it because it seems simple. It seems like, well, of course, everyone knows those words. Everyone knows how that works. Well, actually, no. We do need more education. We do need more people to actually understand it so then they can get more comfortable actually joining the community and being part of it. And that's, of course, why I think this is definitely a big deal. We want to be having as many people as possible joining it, as we have also seen this. Shiba Inu coin faces reversion worthy of parabolic rise. So basically, we are seeing some more optimistic articles coming out. This one talking about how we have multiple Shiba Inu coin whales who are actually holding stronger than expected. Remember, there was that one SHIB whale who divided their wallet massively. So far, they have just done that, and they haven't actually been taking large amounts of profits yet, which is surprising. We would think they would have probably done that already by now. It looks like it may have just been the case that they were trying to split it up for security reasons. Because imagine if you lost all of that amount of money at one time, and we're talking about billions of dollars here. They have enough there that no matter what, pretty much, Shiba Inu coin will never go down to a point where they will ever have to worry about money again. And so that's probably the primary reason why they are still holding so much, and the wallet division, in hindsight, clearly was just more for protection and security rather than the plan to sell, at least in theory. And we still don't know yet. I think maybe they're going to wait till things cool down a little bit and start selling. I think most people would. That's a smart decision. You don't want to hold all of it in one crypto, regardless of how much is in there, because that's just silly. At least take some out, I think, is what they should do. I mean, it's not best for the community, right? But it is best for them personally to at least take a couple million out, or however much, to buy a house, buy a car, buy what you need, and then keep most of it in the coin, out of respect for the fact that the community helped you build it. That's obviously the thing to do. Don't take it all out. Use Shiba Inu coin as your bank now. Still, though, don't risk your entire net worth in there. I don't think they're doing that. But if they are, that would obviously not be the way to go. What's going on with Tking marketing? Right now, they are continuing to reach out to people in China. They're going to try to expand there with the underground markets, which there is one in China, where people are still buying and selling crypto, even though they're technically not allowed to. Especially if you're on the wealthier side, you can easily get away with this. I mean, you can do it on your phone, you can use a VPN. It's not hard. China cannot stop people, especially on the wealthier side, because those are the people who get away with stuff. In any political system, pretty much. You can get away with more stuff if you're on the wealthier side. That's why everyone wants to be on the wealthier side. Diana with 3 hearts there. I love you, Diana Fletcher. That's awesome to see. Has India sold any SHIBs yet? I don't know what you mean by that. Have people in India sold Shiba Inu coin? Yes, they have. Some of it. Crow coin as well from David. Yeah, Crow was one of our early picks on Patreon, doing extremely well right now. So many of those picks have been going crazy lately. So if you do want that really high upside, definitely take a second to join it, and you can keep getting updates on the most recent pick and the future picks. A lot of exciting stuff there. But anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I'll see you in the next video.